All right, let's start her up. Trials. Been
on a
been
Saturday.
while. I know, Trials on a Saturday if you're watching live. If you're not watching live, you can check these out at twitch.tv/CaptainSparklez. And no real schedule on them, but it does happen every now and again. And if you're following, you'll get a notification. It'll be great.
So, jury duty.
So jury duty. I mean, when these are going up on YouTube, that is where I'm going to be for 8 hours a day. So right now, as you're watching this, there's a good chance I am in a courthouse listening. Just listening, basically.
12 angry Jardons.
Yeah, so I have heard, according to the internet, which is always right, that apparently only about a quarter of U.S. adults ever serve on a jury. And I got smacked in the face with it the very first time I walked into a courthouse. So,
I mean, it's not like those are astronomical chances, but
yeah, but that's entire life.
Still
that's
unlucky.
That's the entire life. Think of how many jury summons you get between the ages of 18 and like, I don't know when they stop sending them out. Maybe after you're retired. No, actually, because my mom got one. She's over 65. So, God dang it, between the ages of 18 and 80, how many jury summons you might get, and I just got smacked with one right off the bat. So, yeah, that's relatively unlikely. But anyway, dude, I will. So I'm not allowed to talk about any details of the case itself while it's ongoing. It's a big no-no, and you can be held in contempt of court if you give away any details.
We all know it's the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah, obviously, dude. We're revisiting that. It's big news. So it's actually going to be a lot longer than a week. No, it's estimated that this trial is going to be a week, which means all of next week, Monday to Friday, I am going to be stuck in a courthouse for like 7 hours a day, aside from lunch, and then with the traffic commute, which is quite soul-sucking. That's another hour each way.
7 hours a day. It's just like basically a full-time job.
Oh, it is.
That's
absolutely.
Pretty sick.
Yeah. Oh, my frick. God dang it, I can't believe that's happened. So there were a couple people as they were going through the as they were going through the questioning phase of the jury selection who quite clearly, I think they tried to put on a bit of a character in order to make a scene and express bias, and disqualify themselves. And the people who went all out on making a scene did get disqualified, so I guess it worked in their favor. But at the same time, so in the very beginning, everyone's trying to say, oh, I'm going to be biased for this, that, and the other. And the judge is like, all right, guys, just so you know, even if you express that you're going to be biased in this case, I'm going to send you back into the pool, and then you can get selected for another. And I'm like, so when does it actually end? Because jury duty is supposed to be a 5-day on-call thing, but if they just keep sending you on a case, what is it? You only are let off the next week when whatever active panel you're sitting on is fully excused and you're not on the jury for that? They didn't even... If you're not selected to be on the jury, I'm like, how do you escape this place? I don't know.
Suffering.
Yeah, you're just stuck there forever.
It's like limbo.
But anyway, I got screwed over by the order in which we were sat because they didn't even talk to everybody. They just, they had the first 12 people who lined up sat in the actual juror seats to begin with. They questioned them, and then another 6 people who were sitting off to the side in the audience area. But there were 35 people in the room total, and they only went through 20 of them, and the others were just we don't need you, see you later, after they sat through 2 days of everybody else answering questions. I never moved from my spot. They're just yep, we're good with the jury. And I'm like, they did not do as much filtering through people as I figured they were going to, having watched TV stuff. So yeah,
TV stuff is usually the most accurate.
Yeah, obviously, but that's my only experience with the courtroom in my life is seeing it on TV, because I haven't been in there otherwise. But
at what point during this are you going to stand up and yell objection?
Dude, there has been so much objections going on. It's legit. I was I wonder how often objections actually happen in a real thing. All the damn time. There's so much objectioning going on, dude. It's for real.
What is that? I don't even know what that Nintendo game is about the lawyer stuff. I forget.
I didn't know there was a Nintendo game about lawyers.
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
But anyway, I mean, that sounds...
Phoenix Wright, there it is.
Oh, God dang it, I forgot we've done this map. Shoot!
Okay. Because I'm winning.
Give me speed, give me speed, give me speed. Give me the speed I need.
I recognize that we've done it before.
No! Shoot! I'm ruined. I'm screwed. Anyway, so one of the questions, though, that was asked... I'm not allowed... I can't, like, give specifics as to what the question was, but this woman, like... ends up going down this rabbit hole tangent of how at one point she was at the bank getting money for rent, and then she like went back to her car, and on the way to her car, it's like someone came up to her and asked for money, like they were a beggar or something, except it was more like in depth, and it was one person who was like, I really need help with, I don't know, gas and getting somewhere and stuff. Can you give me like $300? And the woman goes on to say how she ended up like giving the person $300, and then they asked if she could go back into the bank and get more money from her account. And she ends up like saying what the balance is in her account. She's like, and I had this much money in my savings at this time, and then I took out $800 and I gave it to them. And I'm just like,
why?
What?
I have a lot of questions.
Yeah. And then she goes and she's like, I don't know why I did this. It was just really weird, but I did it. And then afterwards I was like, I don't know why I did that. Why did I do that? It was really weird. And then I talked to my kids and they were like, why did you do that? And I was like, I don't know why I did it. I'm just thinking to myself, what? 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 Why are you sharing all this with the court too? Like, it wasn't related to the question. It was just like she went off on a random story tangent. And I was like, why are you doing this?
It's been weighing heavy on her chest.
And like, okay, this, what I could tell by her tone, like this was legit. This wasn't her trying to act crazy in order to be let off the jury. Like, this was straight up like, I don't know.
This was a member of the jury.
This was a potential juror.
Oh.
No, this isn't any details of the case. No, because I'm not allowed to share anything. This was just during jury selection, when they're going around like asking questions to the potential jurors, and she just ended up like going off on this story, and I was just like, what?
Well, it sounds like she's an overshare for sure.
Yeah, but why? Why did you give these people $1,100? You just, for no reason, you just gave them $1,100. They just asked.
You don't even know them.
They just asked, and she was like, here's $1,100.
I want to hit that lady up sometime.
But she didn't have, like, I'm just, out of consideration to her, I'm not giving what her entire bank account balance at the time was, but it wasn't a lot.
Yeah, not like she could.
It's not like this woman had, like, millions of dollars in the bank. She's like, yeah, why not? I'm feeling generous today. I'm like,
yeah.
What?
She's got that Bezos mentality.
No, I guess so. I guess, Jesus, man. I was like, is this really happening right now? This is bizarre. So anyway, that was, without being able to like go into, because the other weird tangents, the other crazy stuff that people went on about was like much more specifically related to some of the questions that were asked regarding the case. So I can't go into those until after without it kind of giving away what the case was about. But that was just like, that was a weird one. That was a weird one.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Oh, also, there was another guy who...
You're going to have some stories after this.
I am going to have stories. So, you know, it's eating into a week of my life and not being able to do work, but I'll have good trials content afterwards, yes.
Yeah, lots of content.
So, there was another guy who I have to think that this was him putting on, like, an act in order to try to get out of it. But he like, goes on a story about how... like this road rage incident that he was a part of, and how he's like, you know, I think under different circumstances I would have fought this other guy, and this is like an old dude. It's like he's like in his 60s, and I'm like, you're like a 60+ year old who's talking to a judge in court about how he would have assaulted somebody else. I feel like that's a questionable idea.
Not a great move.
So that was
I don't know
interesting.
why, but that reminded me of when I was flying home for Christmas. This really has nothing. It just reminded me, old guy. At my gate, this old guy, he was wearing, he was wearing a veteran shirt, like a Vietnam veteran shirt and a veteran hat.
Okay.
But he was playing COD Mobile on his phone over the speakers on his phone at the gate of the airport.
Oh boy!
Like as loud as it could, and I could only respect him really. I was like, that's such an alpha move that you're just like, I'm gonna play these gun sounds in an airport off my phone. What a legend!
Wow.
I almost was like, yo, you wanna team up right now?
You're like, hey, add me as a friend. Let's squad up, dude. LPSG making its return.
Yeah.
Wow. What game is Call of Duty? Like, it has to. It's, I assume, based on one of the like main Call of Duty
COD
games,
Mobile?
right? Yeah. Or is it actually just completely its own thing?
It's actually kind of sick. I actually have been playing it.
Really?
Like, I play like one game a night while I'm laying in bed before I fall asleep.
That is not something I expected.
Me either. But it's basically the Call of Duty greatest hits. It's the best.
Huh.
It's just guns and maps from the different games. It has zombies and battle royale.
What?
It's literally the best Call of Duty to come out in years.
Please! God damn it, this jump is difficult and I've DNF'd now.
But yeah, it's just got like, it's got all the good maps, You got Summit from Black Ops 1, you got Nuketown, you got Crash, Crossfire.
So it's just like all Call of Duties.
Yeah, kind of, like at least like the modern ones. Like COD 4 and on.
Call of Duty Modern 1.
Yeah. And it has like, you can just play zombies. It has a full zombies mode, and it has a
and the controls are
mode,
like
its own
good.
map. I mean, you get used to it. It's a touchscreen game, but it has the kind of controls where it's like if you hover over somebody, it automatically fires for you.
Oh.
I guess you can do more custom controls too, where it's like you can
make it more difficult on
change the
yourself.
settings. Yeah, but you can also hook up a Bluetooth controller too. So I've been doing that occasionally too.
I feel like that kind of puts you at a bit of an unfair advantage against people who are not doing that.
What they do is they queue you with other people that are using controllers.
Ah, okay.
So it's not as terrible.
Makes sense.
I'm not sure though. I thought I read something about that, but who knows? Holy Jesus!
I turned up. What can I say?
Clearly.
And I think that allowed me to take the victory by 2 points. Yup.
Damn it.
Yup.
Wait, was that the last map?
That was the last
map.
map.
Yeah, it was. 2 DNFs, yeah.
There we go. Well, you mean 1 DNF on each side. That's what you mean.
Well, yeah, there were 2 DNFs, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for watching this episode of Trials, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.